Hey boss the viewer, on this day since you opened the video, let's discuss on this model. It is a color sensor and it is popularly known on the name of TCS230, or some people call it TCS3200 color sensor. And then we are going to interface it with Arduino. You see I already prepared the jumper wires, 7 jumper wires there. And in this video we are going to read the RGB. As you know, each color we see is made by red, green, and the blue on different scales. You can check this video shared in the corner where we talked about the RGB red, where you can make all possible colors with the RGB red, and also this. And without further ado, let's get started. So what is really a color sensor or color sensor module? That one I have in hand, which is called TCS230. So the TCS230, also called TCS3200, is a color recognition sensor that converts light intensity into frequency. Means it has array of red, green, and blue filters, and by measuring the frequency for each filter we can determine the color of an object. Means you can read, like, I have this number on red, I have this number on green, and I have this number on blue, and then you can configure or calibrate the color seen. It does that by emitting light by this red forehead you see on it, and then the reflection of the color or the light color after the light of these LEDs hit on the object will be read by that chip, that transparent chip you see there, to interpret the red, green, and the blue frequencies. So wiring this color sensor on Arduino, I will follow that schematic shown, and as you see we have there pins that are GND and VCC down there. Then you have OE, S1, S0, then you have S2 and S3, then you have out, where we take the signal out from the module, and of course I will connect it to the Arduino in this way. I will take a VCC, then connect it to 5 volts of Arduino. As you see there, the jumper wire are already in with my red on 5 volts and then brown on ground, and I will take S0 and then connect it to Arduino pin 4, then S1 to pin 5, S2 to pin 6, and then S3 to pin 7, and I will take my out readings. Means the signal will be fed to the Arduino via pin 8. So the S0 and S1 pin set the output frequency scaling, then S2, S3 select the color filters, means whether red, green, or blue, then the out pin will send the frequency signal to the Arduino. Let's pause the video and have the circuit connected. Okay guys, you see that I finished connecting the module with the pin OE, which is output enable not connected. And of course about this pin, when it is connected on the ground, it enables the output. It means to make the output active, but there is no need to connect it since it is already on ground. Then when it is connected too high, the output is disabled. Guys, as long as I finished connecting the circuit, let's jump right on the computer and see a bit on the codes. Okay guys, here are the codes. You see that our sensor do not need any library, and I love it when there is no library. And as I said, you see that we started by declaring the variable which store the pins on which Arduino will be interfacing the sensor, and then we declare the variable in which we will be storing the frequency or the color resolution obtained by reflection of light emitted by those LEDs on the module. And then we configure the pin, one as output and then the other as input, and of course we select the filter by outputting the data or the frequency on which our color sensor will be working, means on and off. And then here of course we select the filter by putting the S1 and the S2 high and low, and we opened the serial monitor, of course, to read the data or to diagnose our circuit if it is responding or not. And then you see when you are going to read the red frequency, we put S2 low and S3 low, of course, to select red filter, and for selecting the green filter we put S2 and S3 high, and then we obtain the green frequency. And of course, to read the blue filter, we put S2 low and then S3 high, and then we obtain the blue frequency. And after executing or obtaining the data and storing them in the respective variables, of course we print the result on a serial monitor. So guys, I hope that the codes are clear. Let me try to plug the Arduino, and boom, you see that after plugging the Arduino, of course the light will come, means our LED will go on, so that they will be ready to emit the light that will be reflected back to that reading sensor as we explained before. So I will come to my Arduino IDE and then select, and we usually have Arduino connect on COM18. You can watch the previous videos. We are still using the same Arduino. I'm gonna download the codes to the Arduino and wait until codes get uploaded, and boom, you see that the codes are done compiling. So we are going to upload, and you see that the codes are done uploading. So then you see that when I try to open the serial monitor, and let me try to expand, you will see that I'm getting the constant value of R, which is 64, then green, which is 77, and then 89, which is blue. So I'm gonna try to bring object close to our color sensor and see that if you can see the change. So when I put the breadboard right there, that we have the value of red, which is 20, then green, which is 22, and blue, which is 20. So when I put this green cover, you will find that the green becomes 62, red 62, then blue 76. And if I take this like this notebook and then take it close to the color sensor, you will find that the red, which is 60, then green, which is 80, then blue, which is 15. Guys, that we can read the color by identifying the color frequency emitted, and then you can decide or configure our embedded system to detect the color by inserting the if condition, means when the condition of red, green, resolution or frequencies match with the one you configured in the system, you can identify the color. In coming video, we will make a color identification system, or a system that can identify the color of something, and this can be applied in color sorting conveyor belts, line following robots with the color detection, smart recycling system, product identification in factories, and then DIY color meters. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please give end by subscribing on this channel, hit a like and leave a comment on the suggestion of the video you can make in the future, and hit a like to support growth of our channel. Ciao, bye, we love you.